Welcome back to Special Report. Let's take a look at the map and what's happening in Ukraine. You can see the red areas. Those are Russian-controlled or secured areas. It is increasing. We have seen more attacks in Kyiv, and our guys on the ground are seeing that, the increasing number. Kharkiv still getting bombarded in some parts, but those places are not controlled by Russian forces. They're trying to circle those cities. However, in the south, we told you that move from Crimea going this way to Mariupol and this way to Kherson. Kherson now in control of Russian forces, according to the mayor there. Also, Russian forces going up here to Enerhodar, the largest nuclear plant in Europe. Zaporizhzhia is right here, and the residents of this town set up a blockade and actually tried to stop Russian forces from getting into the plant itself. There is fighting around there, but the Russians do not control that area. There are also plans for more marine launches, we are told, to try to get the city of Odessa. So the southern strategy for the Russians seems like pretty significant. Now, one of the things we're watching is how many missiles are being fired into Ukraine. U.S. intelligence, British intelligence estimate 480 missiles, Russian missile launches since the start of this invasion, 480 total. Now, of those, 230 have come from inside Ukraine, these missile launches. There are 160 fired from Russia into Ukraine. You have 70 missiles being fired from Belarus to various targets inside, and the rest coming from ships in the Black Sea. So the number of missiles going into Ukraine is pretty significant. One of the things Pentagon officials say is that they have seen these launch systems for thermobaric missiles, 24 thermobaric bombs, basically, on one of these launchers, but they don't have evidence that it's used yet. Thermobaric bombs, essentially, there is an explosion, and it scatters this thin cloud of chemicals and oxygen, and then another triggered explosion sets that on fire. It is really used for population. It was used in Grozny. It was used in Syria. It is a devastating weapon that penetrates shelters and buildings. Again, no evidence it's been used, but evidence that those launchers are in Ukraine. This is one of the areas that we've been looking at about that convoy, again, 40 miles long. It's right in this area, getting resupplied from this base in Belarus. This is CHERNIHIV up in the northern center of Ukraine, and it is a big target for Ukrainian forces, and they have been taking out some of those armored vehicles in that column with both planes and drones. This is a satellite shot of that convoy where it continues for 40 miles, but has been largely stalled and is probably one of the biggest targets you're ever going to see in a war-fighting environment. And that's one of the things that U.S. officials say the Ukrainians may be taking an effort to get at that vehicle, those vehicles, before they encircle a city like Kyiv with troops. Now, as we go out to the west, Lviv, Russian troops are going to make deeper advances into Ukraine, but citizens throughout the country are being urged to use guerrilla tactics against the invaders. Sometimes those convoys are part of that. The Russians could be sending amphibious troops, as we mentioned, to the Ukrainian shores. Lucas Tomlinson